This is it. This is my first vlog. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try vlogging maybe every other day, every day. Who knows? But I'm gonna do it. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hey, this is my first vlog, man.
Let me give you a quick intro. Casey is my favorite vlogger on YouTube about 2 years ago, and then I started and I just took over.
That was a joke.
That would be funny if it wasn't the truth.
David Dobrik, as he just suggested there, has completely taken over the world of YouTube vlogging in the space of a few short years. He has gone from a kid with a few $100s to his name to living it up in LA, collabing with some of the biggest celebrities on the planet and just casually buying his friends Lamborghinis.
What? Whose is that?
Yours?
No. Can I sit in it? No. What?
On the surface, he may just seem like a guy who got his lucky break. However, in this video, we're going to dig a little deeper and find out exactly how David managed to take over an entire genre and grow his channel to a staggering 15.6 million subscribers. If you've always dreamed of starting and growing your own channel, stay tuned for a YouTube masterclass from David Dobrik. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know I like to make videos on successful channels and break down what they have done to grow. David definitely fits into this category. Right now he is growing by 600,000 subscribers every month, and his vlogs are averaging around 10 million views per video. Even the likes of Casey Neistat and Logan Paul never got average views as high as that on their vlogs. Although most of his videos get demonetized, he still works with some of the biggest brands in the world and has a very popular merch line, giving him an estimated net worth of $7 million. Another really interesting thing about David is he goes against many of the principles that YouTubers live by. His videos are all 4 minutes and 20 seconds long, which by any means is quite short when you compare to other vloggers. He also uses copyrighted songs and swears a lot in his videos without censorship, so they can't be monetized. Yet despite all this, his channel is still growing exponentially on the platform. So what has set David apart as a vlogger and as a YouTuber? In this video I've done my research and came up with 4 factors behind his meteoric rise. So without further ado, let's get straight into factor number 1. So the first factor I want to talk about is how David migrated his audience. This brings us back to David's early beginnings as a creator, and I'm sure most of you know it didn't start on YouTube. He began creating content on the now shut down platform that we all remember, Vine. In 2013 he started posting comedy sketches, and within a year he had his first 100,000 followers. Everyone who started using Vine in the early days was blowing up, and David saw this as an opportunity to make a name for himself. Vine helped him build an audience for himself of over 1 million followers, but it also taught him about things like brand deals, content algorithms, and the power of collaborations. However, David was one of the first Viners to realise that if he wanted to create a long-lasting career for himself, he needed to jump ship. YouTube was a much more established and stable place for creators, and also had a lot more money-making potential. After previously trying his hand with a collaboration YouTube channel with other Viners, David went out on his own and started his current channel in 2015. Vine stopped in 2017, and while other Viners scrambled to build an audience elsewhere, David already had over 2 million YouTube subscribers. The key thing was though that David was able to migrate his audience and translate his skills over to YouTube. He essentially used the platform that at the time was very easy to grow on, and then moved this audience onto YouTube. Starting a vlogging channel is always going to be hard. It's arguably the most competitive style of content. But having this following and clout on another platform that can be carried over is a significant head start on everyone else starting out at zero. David wasn't the only Viner to do this, but he was one of the first, and was one of the best prepared for the switch. You see, although Vine may be dead, I think we could experience a bit of deja vu with the current fastest growing social network in the world, TikTok. The TikTok algorithm right now is crazy and is promoting people with no following to thousands if not millions of people. As these new TikTok stars grow a following and reputation, I predict many will do the same as Dobrik and try to migrate their audience over to YouTube. If you want to grow your online personality with the end goal of becoming a YouTuber, this is an opportunity not to be missed. David's roots in Vine also leads into our second factor, which is how he has evolved the vlog. I remember the first time I saw one of David's videos, I thought this isn't a vlog, it's just an elaborate Vine compilation. And then I realised that was the point. Just because the Vine platform died didn't mean people's demand for short funny sketches did too. A lot of Viners thought they had to drastically change for YouTube. While they hired camera crews and made 25-minute videos, David decided to adapt what he was already doing. David mixes scripted sketches with organic content, so you're getting the best of Vine and the best of traditional vlogging. Hilarious entertainment value, but also more depth, a storyline and some really intimate moments. As mentioned earlier, the length is short, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact. His videos never outstay their welcome. David keeps his audience engaged throughout and it just leaves you wanting more. The cuts are often similar in length to Vine, every 7 seconds, so the pace is relentless. While I do love longer form content, I feel particularly with vlogging, many creators drive their videos too much to increase their watch time. The title of the video could be "I need to tell you something," but there's 15 minutes of them going about their day before you actually find out what that thing is. David packs a punch with his content, there's absolutely no filler. While I still think for the majority of new YouTubers, focusing on trying to make longer videos is important, David is a great example that making your content impactful and gripping is much better than trying to elongate videos just for the sake of it. His use of camera angles is also really interesting. He films 80% of the time in point of view, so it feels like you're really there and part of his friend group while watching. I've also noticed that he often films his friends from the side instead of them directly facing the camera. I feel this again brings you closer to the action. You don't feel like you're just being acted to, you feel like you're there in the room. It makes for much more authentic viewing. Have a look at this clip to see what I mean.
It says that like it'll hold up in a court of law. Your Honor, it was Jonah's idea.
Well, in that case, I guess you're innocent.
He's gonna ride this bike and he's gonna jump over that ramp and jump over those boxes. Wait, shouldn't we use the other helmet? We should probably put this on. Let me get this. Your head comes off. Can you swim? No. Okay.
He looks like he's trying to make like a dope video for 7th grade student council or something. Like,
I feel like we're sending someone to the moon.
David really has evolved the vlog, and I've noticed a lot of other content creators have begun to take inspiration for their own videos. I think as we move into 2020, we will see more and more vloggers favouring this punchy, fast-paced style. Even with someone like MrBeast, where the videos are typically much longer, the pace and frequency of jump cuts is very similar to David's. Factor 3 is all about the vlog squad and how David uses his friends to add extra dimensions to his videos. David's vlogs have been described as like a YouTube sitcom, and in many ways this is a brilliant description. We all know the Vlog Squad, a collection of other famous online personalities who all feature regularly in David's videos. While David is the guy with the camera, none of his crazy stunts and hilarious moments would be possible without this wide cast of characters adding to the entertainment. In a more strategic sense, having multiple characters in each video makes the vlog much more layered and varied, keeping people interested. It takes some of the focus away from David himself. He's obviously a really interesting and charismatic guy anyway, but having various storylines all happening simultaneously multiplies the interest. You're not just tuning in for David, you want to see how Jason and Corinna are doing too. He has created a family of characters for his videos, each with their own fans. This approach reminds me of the proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone, if you want to go further, go together. We've seen vloggers in the past burn out after running out of things to include in the vlog. I suppose there's only so much of your life you can show. However, when you have over 20 people's lives involved, this is never a problem. Also, I just have to give a special mention to David's very own laughter track. And yes, not everyone has a crew of famous former Viners and celebrities to appear in their videos. But I feel David is a great example of the power of collaboration. On a smaller scale, I've seen vloggers involve family members and friends more and more in their videos over the years. It's definitely a tactic to help keep people engaged. So just before we get into the fourth and final factor behind David's growth on YouTube, I want to talk about today's video sponsor. If you're like me, you set big goals for the year in January, and now is the time you realise you may need a little help to get you there. Skillshare is my favourite online learning community. I've used the platform to improve my skills in areas such as video editing, storytelling and animation. One class I'm really loving at the moment is how to make an animated YouTube video by Evan from the YouTube channel Polymatter. I've been trying to up my production value recently and Skillshare has been a huge help in doing so. Thomas Frank's Productivity Masterclass changed my life when I first watched it last year, so check that one out too. Skillshare is very affordable as it is, but I've got a limited 2-month free trial for you guys, so you can try it out for yourself and see what all the hype is about. If you want to start a YouTube channel in 2020, there are so many great classes that will help you out. Click on the link in the description below and sign up for your 2-month free trial today. It helps support my channel but also gives you the chance to try out this amazing tool for free. Now on to the fourth and final factor. David outsmarts the YouTube algorithm. This is going to be a much quicker point as I discussed a lot of this in my first video on MrBeast, but it's something that has been so important to David's growth on YouTube. As we've mentioned, David doesn't exactly follow the YouTube rulebook. I think if the guys over at YouTube HQ designed the perfect YouTuber, they'd make videos over 10 minutes long, never swear, and only make family friendly content. Yet David still gets pushed to more and more people every day through the YouTube algorithm. His thumbnails and titles are so clickable, which give him a really good click-through rate, and despite the fact his videos are short, his audience sticks around for the whole video due to how engaging they are, giving him a really strong watch time. As discussed in my Mr. Beast video, click-through rate and watch time are the two most important things that YouTube looks at when deciding whether to promote you to more people. So even though David goes against a lot of what YouTube like, his videos are just so infectious that they still get picked up and pushed by the algorithm. I think for this reason, David Dobrik is a perfect example that content should always come first on YouTube. From his beginnings on Vine to now being one of the biggest creators on the YouTube platform, David has stuck to his guns when it comes to creating and never tried to follow the crowd. If his current growth is anything to go by, we're going to see a lot more of him and the Vlog Squad in 2020. So that wraps up our video today. I really enjoyed making this one. Make sure to sign up for a 2-month trial with Skillshare below if you want to start making your own content. Their classes are the best on the internet, I promise you that. I'm going to set a like goal of 2,000 for this one. You guys have smashed the last 2 goals, so let's see if we can do it all again. Many more videos on the way, and as always, I'll see you at the top.